should I start sending you videos like as they happen? I just had a ghost encounter. I'm in the kitchen. I normally do not snack at night. I worked until late and I came to get grapes. The light was on, so I was like, it's okay, I'll go in there because I turned it off anyway. So I might as well eat. I was standing here chomping on my grapes. Oh, here's some Halloween decoration that started. Here is the reflection. And I saw somebody, or there's me. You can see people in the reflection. I saw somebody go. Chills, y'all, chills. I wasn't expecting that. I was just, you know, eating. I was not like, time to see a ghost. Not that I ever am, but you know, usually when you're walking by, you're like, it could happen. Not when you're just chomping down in the kitchen. So somebody went, oh goodness, it just scared me to see my hand. That was my own hand. I scared myself. But anyway, so that means it was over here. Ignore that mess. Cowboy boots and a hat and a lantern. Can you see my hands shaking a little bit? Yep, there's that hat. I don't know who it was. If we're gonna see it again. I don't know. Should I just, I don't know how to feed this cat. Should I just hop on here and tell you guys when things happen? Even if it's just something short. The other day I heard somebody rummaging around in the nightstand and I didn't tell you guys. And I think if I don't tell you, like when it happens, I'll just forget. Cause I said, quit, you have to leave. I said it like 3 times this week. Like, quit, you have to leave. I'm sleeping. You're not allowed to be in here when I'm sleeping. And it quit. Or should I like accumulate them and then tell you? Cause I wrote some down. I forgot I wrote some on a note. I tried to sleep without the fan and I have some on a note and I wrote down what I heard. Oof, can I tell this one? Cause I'm standing right beside it. I heard someone in, I think boots, like chunky boots, walking up the stairs of the basement. Heard him do it. Didn't hear him open the door. Whew, man, it's right there, so that's spooky. Yeah, how am I gonna get back to my little safe room? I don't know. But heard that, and I think that was the nightstand night. I'll have to check my notes and I'll report back if that is incorrect.
Girl, what? Girl, what? Girl, I don't know how people just live in those houses and things be having, they be seeing it. And then they tell about it. Tell the story in the house. Girl, what is it with these heavy boots? We've heard that before. Like, I guess they had no other shoes. I don't know. That's them working men. Them working men suits. Nah, girl. Nah. Girl, can you even imagine if you just sitting there, standing there, eating some grapes and see something in your peripheral view walking across in the background, honey? It would turn around so quickly and run. So quickly. But it's your house, so you just like, she talking about you can't be in my room when I'm in my room. No, how about you can't be in the house at all, anytime, there or not, honey? Like, this is my house. Like, it was different with the other lady from last week or the other day. The other lady, because it was her family, her ancestors. These are strangers, I'm assuming. Nah, I'm good. I'm good, honey. Talking about, oh yeah, I heard stuff and I'm gonna just tell you guys. Should I just compile these stories and tell you all at once, or tell you when it's happening? How about get out the house or cleanse the house? Like, what is? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Okay, so I used to see things when I used to live in Mexico. There's a lot of paranormal activity, especially in the house where I was living. So I used to see and feel things, right? It wouldn't freak me out. The other day I went for a walk around the block. I don't have a neighbor. Like, there's a house next door, but it turns out that the lady that used to live there, she passed away. And I know this because when I moved in, the granddaughter came and told us. So I went for a walk with my girls. There's always been this one car parked in the, like, on the side of the street. It's not anybody's driveway. It's just parked there. The car is dusty. Like, I've never seen it moved. So when we were coming back from the walk, I see, like, I kid you not, I see a girl with blonde hair coming out of the car. But when I saw it, I didn't see her face. Like, it was just like kind of blurred, but I saw the blonde hair. Like, I saw the blonde hair. And I turned around, there was nothing there anymore. Like, is it this lady's ghost? Like, my God, I'm scared.
How about who that woman? Who was that? No, 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 no. Because it's like you want to know, but you don't want to know because like you saw and then you didn't see him. So it's just like this person may not be a person anymore, you know? So it could be a ghost. It could be the grandmother. Well, not the grandmother. It could be the mother in her younger days. Who knows? The owner of that car from, back in the day could have been that person. Girl, nah. We ain't taking walks anymore. Like a lot of things we just gonna stop doing. Like, no, we ain't gonna walk past it. Because every time you see that car now, you just gonna be thinking of that. Girl, I would say do some research. I mean, if it still got the tags on it, you got the VIN number. I don't know. I don't advise to get that close to be looking into stuff. But girl, you saw what you saw.
I hear something go, Mommy? And then I was like, oh, I'm in here. And then I was like, I'm in here. So I'm like, I'm in here. And then they're like, Mom? And then I was like, go out there. Nobody. Nobody. So I go in the house and then I'm like, the kids are like in the bedroom asleep. I think, no, they're like, because it wasn't like late. It was probably like 8 o'clock or something like that. Zoe's in the living room, I think. And then Zach and Zelda were in the room. And then I was like, did you guys go outside? And then they're like, no. And I was like, oh my God, I swear I just saw a child call my name. And this was literally the next day. Oh my God. The next day. So I go back out there because I'm curious like that. So I go back out there and I'm just like looking around. I was like, maybe the neighbor has a kid. Maybe the neighbor.
What do you need?
Was outside. And then I'm just like, okay, I think somebody crossed over. Like either I've been doing a lot of meditation and I'm starting to hear somebody that crossed over, and then now we're seeing this person, or maybe Zelda was seeing this person. So I was like, I just did my little ritual and I was like, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do to help you. You gotta go, blah, blah, blah. But that was like a creepy encounter for sure.
I'm with that person who was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You don't know if your neighbors have kids. This could have been the neighbor's kid. What do you mean? How long you been living there? Have you never seen have you never met your neighbors? Like, this is the first location where I've actually met my neighbors and talked to my neighbors on multiple occasions. I already let y'all know that one of my neighbors came to our yard sale and bought out the place, boarded up. Like, a lot of my neighbors came to our yard sale. So yeah, that's how I know we're not in a stimulation, because I was just like, when you never see your neighbors bringing groceries. I have never seen my neighbors bringing groceries ever. But we could be on another time. Yeah, I'm thinking like, dang, no, especially these neighbors right here. I would hear them. Like, I hear them when they get home. So I would definitely notice if they brought in groceries. I'm getting distracted by my thoughts. Oh, girl, let's not think about that too much. Comment below if you see your neighbors bring in groceries, honey. Or did you just start, now that you thought about it, now all of a sudden, now they bringing in groceries, now they eating in the house, now, but you never know, because like someone used to shop for us. So yeah, maybe that's, I don't know, I'm not thinking, let's get off of it. Anyway, so you hear somebody call your mommy, you hear somebody say mommy, and your kids are asleep. But she said she saw what she heard. So were they outside and you... It's just so many questions to go with this, because it's like, if you saw some, but you would know your kid. Moms know their kids. They know their voice. They know their front and back. Like, they know, they can see them and know that's their kid. Like, literally, I'd be in a place with my mom and I'd say mom. There'd be a whole bunch of people, everybody else saying mom, and she would know exactly where I was. Hear it and go straight to me. So yeah, explain that, boo. Explain that.
Guys, I have a midday spooky story for you to get you through the rest of your workday so that you have something else to think about. Because let me tell you, my wheels haven't stopped turning since I read this story 3 days ago. About 15 years ago, it was October 8th. I remember the day because it was my grandma's birthday. My husband and I were driving home from a midnight taco run. We were having a good time laughing at each other all night, just goofing around. I was driving, and as I entered the neighborhood, I noticed what looked like a grayish-black trash bag blowing around near a stop sign. As I looked at it, I thought it kind of looked like a dog. So I asked my husband what it was. And when he didn't answer me, I looked at him and his mood had totally flipped and he looked scared. As I stopped at the stop sign, I was trying to see what it was and I asked him again, is that a dog? And he was looking straight ahead, still not talking, and slightly shook his head, no. Ooh. So as I was craning my neck to see what it was, I saw a dog-shaped thing running away from the truck towards a nearby tree. I was like, it's a dog. Why? And then this thing jumped straight up into the air and disappeared as if it had gone through an Acme black hole like a cartoon. I looked at him and now he was covering his face with his hands and whispering, please go, please go, please go. To add to the situation, a cat with its tail 3 times its normal size came screaming across the street towards the tree as if it was ready to fight to the death. This was the first time I had ever felt all of the hair on my body stand on end, and I floored the truck and asked, what the hell did I just see? And he said, that was a cat. I yelled, I'm not talking about the fucking cat. Once we got home and my husband had checked that all of our windows were closed and felt safe enough, he finally told me what he had seen. He could clearly see the thing on the ground and was doing his best not to acknowledge it. After it jumped, I couldn't see it anymore, but he still could. He said it was sitting on a branch in a tree near his window, just looking at the truck. He said it had a body of a dog, but looked like it was covered in armor-like scales and had a rat-like face with long, thin teeth. I'm not sure what the heck it was or why I could see it, but I think about that every October. What the fuck was that? What was it? Because it doesn't even give werewolf vibes. Like, what was that? What did she see? What do you think? I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
Maybe I need more details because I don't know. I don't know what you saw or why you saw it, how you saw it. Just there's a lot of questions, the main ones, you know, who, what, when, where, and why, that I just don't have the answer to. And you know, we usually don't even ask questions, but now I feel like we need more information with that one. It's crazy because I was in the car with my mom and I was at the stop sign and something black flew across like right in front of us and my mom didn't see it, but I saw it and I was just like, what? No, I don't want to know. But it's just like, you know, like, but I've never heard of what she just described. She was like, it's a dog. And I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like if I see something on the road that I can't identify what it is, but I feel like it's an animal, I'm not just going to sit there and just keep on looking and guessing. Like, no, it's what it is. I'm what I am. And we'll keep on moving. We'll keep on moving. Because why? Why would I, you know, like if it's... especially if I can't figure out what something is. It'd be different if it was at your house. Like you was at your house looking at the window and something was at the corner of your, you know, the sidewalk in front of your house or on the corner in your backyard or, you know, in the neighbor's yard or whatever, at your mailbox. Okay, cool. We can try to figure out what it is. Then it's on your property. It might just affect you. But on a random street that you're driving on, not about to try to figure out what that is. Like, I don't think I need to know at this point. I don't need to know. Her husband seemed terrified. And the fact that her husband seemed terrified would be like, for me, oh, we gotta get up out of here because you're scared. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's different. I don't know. Let me know if you've ever heard or seen anything like that and stuck around to figure out what it was.
There is only one legally haunted house in America. I'm a lawyer. Let me tell you this story. It starts in Nyack, New York in 1989. The case is Stamboski versus Ackley. Helen Ackley had moved to this house to raise their 4 children. Helen had some interesting happenings within the house. In fact, this house was on a tour of ghost houses around Halloween every year. She was very public about her poltergeists in her house. Helen even says that one of the poltergeists would wake the children up every morning by shaking the bed. Another poltergeist would leave gifts for the children. It seemed like one big happy family, albeit dead. Well, Helen wants to sell the house. She puts it on the market and she tells her agent, hey, I want to make sure that anybody out there knows they're buying a ghost house. Well, he gets an offer on the house from Mr. Stamboski. He is from New York City and he doesn't know anything about the history of the house. He makes an offer on the house and he has to put down $32,500, which in today's money is about $82,000. He signs the contract. Helen wanting to make sure that this is an open and honest and fair dealing, tells Mr. Stambowski about the haunting. He refuses to close. He says, I never had that conversation with your agent, and he doesn't close on the house. In fact, he loses his earnest money, the $32,500, because he didn't close. He sues for rescission. It means he wants to undo the contract. It goes through the trial system. He loses at the trial level, and then he appeals to the Court of Appeals in New York. The court, having a lot of fun with this, uses terms like hobgoblin, spirit of the case, doesn't have a ghost of a chance. They're having fun with this. But ultimately what they decide is, yes, you can rescind this, because not only did Miss Ackley know that the house was haunted, she perpetuated that haunting in the public lore. She could now be protected by estoppel, saying that, you know, he didn't know that this was public knowledge. The courts ultimately decide, in a famous quote, this house, as a matter of law, is haunted. It is a legally haunted house. The contract was rescinded. If anybody knows what's happened with this house since, let me know in the comments. Now, if you want to know about the only legal unaliving by the paranormal, let me know in the comments.
I was waiting for the video to end. Honey, that's a nice butt house, bro. That's a nice butt house. Girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I might have to deal with this. Like, now I'm seeing what people are like, honey, what? We got to cleanse and get you out of here, because that's a nice butt house. That view. Oh, all that space. They didn't modernize it, honey. I don't like that they painted burgundy. I probably would paint it back blue, but honey, girl, bye. Girl, that make you think like, will I be able to deal with this? Because this house is nice. And I'm pretty sure it was cheap, honey. Girl, can you imagine how much it's getting? Or if anybody knows what's going on with that house now, like how much it's being sold for, you know? Because, you know, it's not much. You know, it's a cheap house. Cheap for a reason, so, you know. Would you comment below if you be like, okay, this house nice, like, I guess, you know, like, girl, yeah, I don't, well, there's some people in this world who buys houses that are haunted. They don't mind, especially with that house. That's nice, yeah. So yeah, the fact that she just lived with it and made it an attraction and made bank off of that, because, you know, that's how people do now. They be making bank off of it. Might have to, you know, deal with that, keep it in the family, honey. But yeah, I'm glad he got his money back, because like she said, she was like, it's all open. I hate that she's penalized for it, especially when she was like, no, realtor, let these people know, like, let them know what they're getting themselves into, because they might not be as cool with it as I am. Like, I done made friends with her. This was a case of Beetlejuice right there. Like, she making friends with these ghosts. They living in the house, you know, tourist attraction, you know. So like, I hate it for her, but I love that he got his money back, because he was misinformed, because I felt like people need to know this. Nowadays, it's easier. It's not like, oh, yeah, this place is haunted. Oh, for real? And, you know, realtors be putting an extra $10,000 on because it's haunted. So, yeah. Honesty is everything, I like to say. And honestly, I feel like you should subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Thanks. Buy a t-shirt, buy a book, honey.